Hey everyone, I'm Jordan from Midwest Bunchers, and today for cooking with what you got in the fridge, I'm actually going to change it up a little bit and do cooking with what you have in your garden. If you're anything like me, you have a ton of tomatoes and zucchini in your garden right now, or maybe a friend has gifted you with tomatoes and zucchini, but you have a shit ton of them. You need to use them up. So what I like to do is make a super easy Italian stuffed zucchini with ground beef. Everybody has ground beef in their fridge or freezer, I feel like. I usually mix that with some Parmesan cheese, some mozzarella, some fresh herbs. And then, since I have so many tomatoes, I'm gonna do a homemade tomato sauce too. So let's head out to the garden and grab some fresh produce. My garden is looking huge. The tomato plants are just going crazy. If you actually look, all the tomato cages have fallen over because they're just so heavy right now. So I already picked a bunch of large tomatoes, and now I'm gonna pick a bunch of these really nice cherry tomatoes. These are my zucchini plants. You can see here, they're growing some really nice zucchini. I like them a little bit smaller, so these are perfect. And I have some beautiful fresh basil to pick, so I'm gonna pick some of that. And some fresh oregano. This will be really nice in the stuffed zucchini. So this is the world's easiest tomato sauce. You roughly chop a bunch of tomatoes and onions and garlic onto a pan, toss it with olive oil and salt, and then just roast everything in the oven. While the tomato sauce is cooking and the tomatoes are roasting in the oven, I'm going to take these beautiful zucchini and I'm going to cut off the top, I'm going to cut off the bottom, and then I'm just going to slice it right down the center. And then I will take a spoon and scoop out the seeds so it leaves a little bit of a boat where I can put that Italian filling with the ground beef and tomato sauce.
Jordan went outside to get the dogs, so I took over the camera. Look at the zucchini she's making. Ooh. You know what's even funnier? She won't know I did this until after she gets back in.
So the roasted tomatoes are done. As you can see, I just chopped them roughly and then roasted them in the oven. So I poured the entire pan of roasted tomatoes and onions into the blender. I then am going to throw in all this fresh basil and oregano directly into it. And then I'm just going to pulse it for a few quick seconds, and you're going to have a really nice rough tomato sauce. I did not peel the tomatoes though, so if you're somebody who hates tomato peels, you're going to want to do that. I did not, doesn't bother me. Once you throw in the blender, it tastes great. Next, I cooked 1 pound of ground beef. And then I'm literally just going to dump this tomato sauce in with the ground beef. Most important step of the whole process, lots of Parmesan cheese. So I like to go heavy. If you're being healthy, obviously skip it. I don't know why you want to do that. It sounds terrible. But lots of Parmesan cheese. So I've got all the zucchini hollowed out. I took the seeds out. And then next, I'm literally just going to scoop my ground beef and pasta sauce and Parmesan cheese mixture and load the zucchini up. Okay, the zucchini are stuffed. They are ready to go. If I wanted to bake them right now, I could. I'd throw them in the oven at 350 degrees, but I'm actually saving these for dinner tomorrow night. You can just cover them up with some plastic wrap. They totally stay good for a day. So I will bake these tomorrow night for dinner. So we have something after a busy day at work. Okay, it is 1 day later. I am going to pop the stuffed zucchini in the oven at 355 for about 45 minutes or until everything is cooked and a lot of the liquid has evaporated off.